practicing Yin Yoga. Yin Yoga targets your deep connective tissues, like your fascia, ligaments, joints, and bones. It's slower and more meditative, giving you space to turn inward and into both your mind and physical sensations of your body. Because we're holding poses for a longer period of time than you would in other traditional types of yoga, Yin Yoga helps you stretch and lengthen those rarely used tissues while also teaching you how to breathe through discomfort and sit with your thoughts. Remember to always listen to your body. It speaks to you through sensations. If at any point you feel an enormous amount of discomfort, just pull away, readjust, and come back gently when you're ready. We'll start off with toe squat. Curl your toes under, then manually curl your pinky toes under. Take a seat on your heels and rest your palms on your thighs. There's also another variation. You can grab your block, place it right underneath your knees so that your knee is in line with your ankles, and you can also bring a block and sit on the block in between your heels. Sit nice and tall and aligned your mind with your spine. Rest your palms on your thighs and try to remain as still as possible. If your ankles and toe joints are very tight, avoid staying here too long. And just think in your mind, open toes, open mind. Most of us keep our toes enclosed all day long in our shoes, which in time restricts the blood flow, and by the time we're in our 70s and 80s, we lose our balance because of the lack of fresh oxygenated blood. So here we'll gently come out of the pose. Okay. Bring the tops of your feet onto your mat, sit on your heels, plant your palms behind you, and lean back as you lift your knees up. Draw your chest up towards the ceiling and send your gaze back. Avoid dropping to the back of your neck, right? For more of a sensation, you can bring your palms to your knees and find a balance there. Lean back. Keep that tall spine. This is a really nice ankle stretch. Come into a tabletop position and start to paddle your feet right and left, right and left, right and left, and just feel that blood flow, just cleansing the tips of your toes. Next, we'll go into butterfly pose. In butterfly pose, you'll bring your left heel to your inner right thigh, straighten your right leg long. Bring your blocks out in front of you. And stack your blocks to adjust your bolster on your block, your bolster or your pillow, whatever you're using, okay? And then plant your palms and rest. Now, if you experience any sciatica issues, like I personally do, you can grab a cushion, roll up another mat, sit on your block to elevate your hips up above your knees. And this will release any discomfort with sciatica. try to avoid your hips from rolling back while seated. You want them to rotate forward. And keep your spine as flat as possible. Take this time to create stability and peace in your mind. Take notice of the silence and take notice of your breath. On your next inhale, gently rise up. Set your bolster aside and switch legs. Lengthen your left leg long. Hook your right heel to your inner right thigh. Sit firmly on your sit bones. Place your bolster back onto your blocks. Make any adjustments that you need. This also is a nice stretch for your lower back without requiring loose hamstrings. And it also targets the ligaments of the spine. And folding over your leg will actually bring the stretch closer to your hamstrings. So you can also prop your blocks and your bolster over your legs in order to get a deeper hamstring stretch. Take notice of the silence, the music, my voice, your body. And if you have thoughts, just let them emerge and look at them as movement of thoughts. Bring yourself back to your breath. And as you focus on your breath, notice how it takes you out of your thoughts. Take a moment and feel the aliveness in your inner body. And if you continue to wander in thoughts, just look at them as waves coming in and then coming out. On your next inhale, gently rise up. Remove your blocks. You can stay seated on your cushion or block, whatever you're using. And then straddle your legs out nice and wide. Set your blocks and your bolster up so that you can comfortably lean over your bolster or your pillow. This is dragonfly pose. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Gently rise up. Let's set up for deer pose. So what you can do is align your blocks on the left side of you. You can use all 4 blocks. You can use a couple of pillows so that it's nicely propped up in line with your hip and waist. Okay. You can use your cushions from the couch. Try to bring it up to a higher length, and starting from half butterfly, you'll hook your left heel to your inner right thigh and then bend your right heel in but away from your glutes. Bring a gentle twist in the spine and drape over your bolster. You can send your gaze either way, to the left or right, whatever feels comfortable on your neck. Whenever we move and bend our joints in our yoga practice or other forms of workouts, both the muscle and connective tissues are challenged. But your yin practice is an advocate for your connective tissues because it gently lengthens and strengthens the connective tissue as you hold your poses for a long time. So try with every inhale and exhale to just surrender and let go, as your body will naturally heal itself. Press into your palms on your next inhale. Gently rise up. Bend your right leg in as your right heel goes into your inner left thigh. Switch your blocks, bolster, whatever you use, to the other side. And so both legs are at a 90-degree angle. Sit firmly on your sit bones and then gently twist towards your right and drape over your thighs. This is a nice balanced way to rotate your hips, both externally with the front leg and externally with your back leg. Next inhale, gently press into your palms, lift yourself up, remove your bolster, and you can either align 4 blocks at its tallest height next to each other. If you do not have blocks or books, You can use a stack of pillows. You can also go against your couch. Right, so you're heightening the level up, and then grab your blanket and roll it up nice and tight so that it can rest comfortably on the back of your neck. Then prop your legs on top of your pillows. Okay, and bring the blanket right underneath your neck. And gently rest here with your palms facing up. Let your feet naturally splay out and feel your belly rise and feel your belly fall. All right. So gently come out of this pose, press into your elbows, your palms. Remove your bolster to the side. And now we're going to do one of my favorites, stretching out the front side body, and you'll mainly feel this in your quads. Okay, so come to a tabletop position, bring your knees together and spread your heels out wide to the outer edges of your mat. As you take a seat in between your heels, the bottom of your feet are facing up. Your knees are still together. This may feel intense enough. You can also rest your glutes on a block and sit up. If you're ready to go further, line your blocks horizontally underneath your shoulder blades and rest your head on another block or pillow. So you'll notice here that this is a full back body stretch, starting from the tips of your toes to your knees to your hips to your ribs to your shoulders, and it even trickles down to your arms, triceps and biceps. So you'll gently come out of this pose by bringing your palms to your feet, to your ankles, press into your elbows, then your palms. Come to a tabletop position once more, and let's do a counter stretch by straightening your right leg behind you, curl your toes under, and switch over to the other side. All right, and now we'll continue to stretch out the front side body, but mainly focus on your shoulders now, but still bringing the stretch into the hip flexors and quads as well, but it'll feel nice and gentle. So you want to stack up blocks or maybe rest your legs against your couch, okay? So let this bolster and blocks represent a couch or a bunch of pillows stacked up high. And you'll bring your knees against the bolster, couch, or pillows, right? Lay onto your belly and rest your shoulders, the tip of your shoulder, onto your block. And bring your head in between the block, resting on your forehead. If you're pressing against your nose, you can roll up your mat once, or simply bring a towel or another blanket to rest your forehead on and give some space to your nose. If you're looking for more of a sensation, you can bring the block to its medium setting, a little bit higher. And then rest your arms to the side, palms face up. To come out of this pose, gently push the blocks away, press into your palms, and bring yourself up. And now bring your pillows horizontally in front of you. Bring your big toes to touch and spread your knees out wide like child's pose. Okay, and then needle thread your left arm between your right knee and right arm, and rest your head on your pillow. So this is a nice, soft way to open up your hips and in child's pose. And as you thread the needle and gently rest on your left shoulder and rest your head on your pillow, you're giving a nice gentle stretch on your neck and shoulders. Gently bring yourself up and switch over to the other side as you thread the needle with your right arm resting on your right shoulder and neck. your bolster. Lower down to your back. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Let your thighs splay out. Grab at the outer edges of your feet for happy baby. Make sure that your sacrum is not tilting up so much. If it is, you can grab behind your knees. This is a nice flattening of the spine. You can flex your feet and gently push your feet down, bringing your knees closer to your mat. And gently release your grip. Hug your knees in toward your chest and lengthen your left leg long. And bring your pillow on top of your blocks, or stack your pillows up. As you hug your right knee in toward your chest, draw your right knee and shin over your blocks, pillows, and make sure that your right hip is stacked above your left hip. And your shoulders are melting on your mat. This is a twisting of the spine. And a twisting of the spine at the end of your yoga practice brings equilibrium to the nervous system. You can send your gaze all the way to the right. Gently bring your right knee in towards your chest and release your leg long. And let's switch over to the other side. Bring your blocks, pillows, bolsters, whatever you're using. Set it up on the right side of your body. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Exhale, supine twist on the other side. And bring your arms out to the side. You can cactus your arms or tee out your arms, whatever feels comfortable. And let your spine just twist gently like a wet washcloth, releasing all that no longer serves you. Slowly and gently roll out of this pose. Adjust your hips. Let your legs and feet splay out wide. Let your arms out to the side, palms facing up. Take this moment to settle down. Come to a comfortable place. Make any adjustments that you need to. And then I'd like you to find complete stillness. Avoid moving a micro-inch. And begin by listening. Simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you. Listen to the general buzz of the world. And as you listen as if you were listening to music in the background. Avoid identifying the sounds and simply allow the sounds to play with your eardrums. Let it go, or just let them hear whatever they want to hear. Don't judge the sounds. Avoid labeling the sounds or creating a story in your head sounds. Also, just listen to my voice as if it were noise as well. Don't try to make sense of what I'm saying, because your brain does that for you automatically. As you go deeper into this experience, you'll notice that you can't help but to still identify sounds. You still have an internal chatter in your head. And you will go on thinking and talking to yourself. And it's important that you don't try to repress those thoughts by forcing them out of your mind. Doing so is like trying to smooth rough water with an iron. You'll just disturb it more. What I'd like you to do is, as you hear sounds going on in your head, listen to them as if they were general sounds going on, like my voice, like the music, like the sounds of the world around you. And soon you will find the so-called inside world and outside world come together, and they're just happening, all without you controlling it. The outside world is happening, the inside world is happening, and they're all coming together. And all you're doing is watching. As you watch, you allow your breath to run. Don't get into any breathing exercises. Just let your breath breathe the way it wants to breathe. Your breath can be looked at as voluntary and involuntary actions. Meaning, on one hand, you are doing it, and on the other hand, it's just happening. This is why breathing is the most important part of meditation, because it is going to show you, as you become aware of your breath, that the hard and fast division that we make between what we do on one hand and what we do and what is happening on the other hand. So we're doing, and we're also letting things happen. Because as you watch your breathing, you will become aware that both the voluntary and involuntary aspects are all happening as one. What we do on one hand and what is happening on the other hand is arbitrary. So are we just witnessing all of this beyond our control? Or are we doing all of this that is going on around us? Both are true. We can see that everything is happening to you, and on the other hand, you are doing everything. For example, it is your eyes that are turning the sun into light. It's the nerve ends in your skin that are turning electric vibrations in the air into heat and temperature. It's your eardrums that are turning vibration into the air, into sound, and in turn, you are creating the world around you. And on the other hand, You are part of the universe and the world around you. Come back to your breath and just let your breath be. Don't force it in any way. Begin to notice without making any effort that you'll breathe more and more deeply. And as you exhale, which is the breath of relaxation, just imagine the breath is falling out of you. Let it flow out. And with every exhale, you are melting into your mat as if you were settling down into the softest bed with the softest pillows, hugging your body. And your body is getting heavy. And you're letting yourself go, just like the exhale. And when your next exhale thoroughly comes out completely, try not to pull it back in. You let it fall back in. Let your lungs expand and expand and expand until you feel comfortably full. And wait a moment. Let it stay there. And once again, let it out. And you'll soon discover that your breath naturally comes easier and slower and longer and so powerful. I will leave you here in Shavasana from my soul to yours.